Hello, everyone, lovers of life. Welcome to the Experience Show, the first episode of 2026. Oh my gosh, so I'm slightly late. We're starting in February. You know, it's still been Year of the Snake. We still need some time to rest and to shed, but we're about to go in full force. Year of the Horse. The energy is, we're about to start galloping. So here I am galloping, and probably like the episode I'm most excited for so far. Like, I can't believe it's taken this long to get this special lady on. My precious, absolute bestie is on today. Welcome, Bans, to the podcast. Hi,
Thank you so
sis.
much. Hello, my sis. Thank you for having me. I can't believe this is happening. I'm so happy.
I can't believe this is happening. It feels like surreal.
It does. It's amazing. I'm like,
You're
this is
there
a
on
dream
my
come
screen.
true.
Literally.
Gorgeous.
Looking beautiful, must say.
You too, my sis. I feel slightly underdressed. You just look so fabulous, as
I
always.
think most people are underdressed compared to me, sis. You know, I've got my
Wouldn't have
hat
it any other
on.
way.
I have hat hair because I've been working outside all day, so I had to just keep it on. And you'll never believe it, on the way here, I've never seen anyone with this tracksuit. There was a girl with the full tracksuit literally 2 minutes from the podcast studio.
No, that is
I was
mental.
I was going to go stand next to her and be like, hey, matching, but I thought she'll think I'm a weirdo.
Let's take a quick pic. Imagine.
Yes. But I'm so buzzing to have you on. It's about blooming time. I'll probably be doing an English accent frequently.
I was thinking that. I was like, I want to start trying to talk Scottish, but I'm terrible at that, so I won't.
And I'm terrible at English, even though like my most loved people, like you, my man, and my mum are all English, and I still can't do it.
I love it when you send me a little message, you're like, all right, sis. And I'm like,
What,
I love
sis,
it.
how you doing?
What's going on, geezer?
So I'm going to start the podcast and break our little awkward icicles
Please
by
do.
talking about our interesting friendship dynamic. So we realized recently, like, we rarely do this, like video chatting each other. Our friendship is fully WhatsApp voice notes. Not any regular voice notes. It's half an hour long, sometimes longer, poddies is what we call them. We literally give life update podcasts to each other at least every week, if not more often. And we video chatted like a month ago, and we were both just pure awkward turtles. And we were like, why does this feel so strange? And we literally deeped it that like our friendship is a voice friendship, which is like so mad. And it feels like that show Love is Blind, where they fall in love with each other by talking to each other. Like, we're in love with each other as besties through our voices. So it feels weird like to see our physical vessels, because we've only met in the physical 3 times. It's 3 times, right?
I think so. Either 3 or 4, I think.
Somewhere
Maybe.
around that. 3 or 4
Somewhere.
times.
A small amount.
A small amount. And we were not like, we were friends, but we weren't like as close as we are now. Like, we're super, super close now, tell each other pretty much everything. Like, there's no one that I tell more stuff to than you, like, facts. So it's crazy because we've became besties like in the past 3.5 years since you moved to Mexico, really. Like, even though I used to see you in person in London. So you're a London gal, well, you're a Kent gal, but you were about the London scene, and I used to live in London for a small period of time, like 2 short periods of time, like roughly around a year. And that's how we met, like through like mutuals in London. But it wasn't until you moved that we became close, and you were like just visiting, you were about to go visit Mexico, and I just had this feeling like things were like, you were in not the best place when I last saw you in London. You were about to go to Mexico for a month, and I just had this feeling, I was like, you're going to meet someone, like you're going to meet the love of your life or something's going to happen there, like that's going to change your life.
It's so crazy. You knew it. You knew it. It's really incredible, like how we just, it was from Instagram, I think, wasn't it? Because we had mutual friends. And then
Yeah.
I just remember following you and thinking, there's something about this girl, but I just really want to know her. And it was like really gradual, wasn't it? But we like met up a few times and you were wearing my clothes and we were supporting each other. And it's just been so natural, wasn't it? And so organic and magical. And then, yeah, it's really incredible how we met up at points in our lives that were so pivotal as well. Like we've had so much change, haven't we, both of us?
Yeah, like so in sync. Like when I last saw you, you were going through a breakup and you were really struggling with it. And I had just met my man and was in like the, oh my God, I'm falling, like the beginning stages. Like I don't even like the honeymoon stage because it's so like, I don't know, like it is a thing, but it's not at the same time. Like me and you both know when you really love someone, like it can all be the honeymoon stage. Obviously, you have your ups and downs. That's natural. It's totally normal. Um, you argue and stuff, but as long as you move through it and you grow through it is what matters. But it was the fresh just meat and juicy part, and I was like absolutely buzzing. And me being in that place helped you being in the place that you were in. Like I was able to like hold space for you, and I played my playlist, my heartbreak playlist, and helping you get it all out and like move on to the next chapter where you met your now Mexican husband.
I know, it's crazy. I remember that day so well. It was so amazing how you were just there and you were so empowering. And it was almost like, yeah, seeing the start of your relationship, I was like, it's possible. And it was like
Yeah.
you breathed, I don't know if that's a word,
Breathed.
breathed, you breathed,
You
you
breathed.
breathed. You breathed the energy into me
Breathed.
of like like love is possible, like a new chapter is possible, and you just held me in my heartbreak, and it just opened up so many doors, and then I went off to Mexico with such fresh energy, like
Yeah.
possibility, and here
So
we
tell
are.
us the story. How did it end up that you went for a month and ended up staying there? And how were you even guided to go there for that month?
It's incredible, isn't it? You just think the plans of the universe are insane. Just like how, of all the people, that's what baffles me, of all the people in the world, billions, like how did we become
Yeah.
him? How do you meet
Right.
your partner? It's
Yeah.
incredible, isn't it?
This is
Anyway,
what I
let me
say
get
to
to
you
the
all the
question.
time, like the blessing of you being my bestie and us having each other. Like I never take it for granted. I don't know how often I tell you I love you and that I'm so grateful for you. I think after every poddy I send you and everything, like I need to get off my chest. I'm like, thank you for being there for me. Thank you for holding space. Like thank you for being a place where I can say anything and not be judged. And yeah, I'm just beyond grateful.
Me too, sis. Honestly, it's just incredible, isn't it? Like, how many people in the world can you actually share everything with and know that you're in a safe place and
Yeah.
someone's not gonna, make you wrong or make stories or judge? It's like you know you're safe. So yeah, love you. Thanks, sis. But yeah, with Mexico. So as you know, that was around that time, wasn't it, that I was having a bit of a tough time.
Yeah.
I'd had I won't go into the story now, but I'd had this lady in my life that was a massive, controlling, narcissistic lady, and it was kind of like the end of all of. I had so many those kind of peoples in my life.
Peoples.
I can't talk today. People in my life that had been so controlling, and that had been a
Hmm.
theme of my life of me coming back to my power and realizing I don't need to have people control me anymore. So I'd got rid of her, and I was I was just realizing London was heavy. You
Yeah.
know,
London's
it
so
was,
heavy.
yeah, amazing for the growth. And I think I really shed, learnt, grew, got toughened up there. And I think I'm so
Hmm.
grateful for all the spiritual lessons. But I had 14 years there and I was done. It's like, I need something softer. And then I had this little breakup, and I was like, do you know what? I just need some fresh energy. And then my cousin came to stay, and she was like, you need an eat, pray, love moment. You have a trip, get yourself a trip. So that was when, and it was at the time of COVID, like just after that.
Hmm.
So there was
Hmm.
all the business with the, what do you call them? The vaccine, like you couldn't travel to certain countries. So that's how I ended up going to Mexico because they didn't care about the vaccine because I didn't have it.
Right.
And secondly, I really wanted to go to experience Day of the Dead. So I was like, I'm going
Mm.
for that. So that was it. And also, I had a friend in Tulum as well. She was living there. So she was like, come and see me. So then I made my little trip. I went to Mexico City for Day of the Dead. And then I came down Riviera Maya and just poodled down all the towns. And we have a family friend. He'd been on his honeymoon to this town where I now live, and he showed me his travel journal. No, he didn't even come here, but it was like in a map in his travel journal. And I went, oh, I'll go to that place, like this little town in between the big cities. And now that's where I met my husband, Will, in the supermarket. And now I live
Wow.
here.
And
Crazy.
if that man hadn't have said like, oh, I recommend visiting this town, you would have never visited the town and you would have never met your husband.
I know. And I came here for 2 nights. 2 nights. And I
Oh
met
my
him on
gosh.
the first proper morning in the supermarket.
And it was
It's
like a
crazy.
sign, wasn't it? Like he saw your panther tattoo.
Yes, because his nickname is Pantera, which is Panther. And he saw that and was like, I like your tattoo, that's my name. And he's got a panther on his chest. Now we have matching little panthers as well.
Oh my gosh, you're so cute.
And also the panther represented to me, the reason I got that tattoo was like when I was really in the trenches of my young life, when I was like, life is so hard. And I was like, this is me starting like my awakening, like not going to be scared of things anymore. So it was kind of a symbol of not having fear and living a life that I wanted to live. So the fact that he came along and he represents that back, it's like now we're choosing not to be in fear, but to live in love. You know what I mean? So cute.
Amen, sis. So, what is your life like now in comparison to how it was in London? And like, what's like, what's like the things you miss, but the things like, what's like the pros and cons, I guess, really?
So that is a big one. Honestly, my life has it's become unrecognizable. Honestly, sis, I was reflecting on this, and it's just so hard to put it into words. It's like I feel like a different person. Like London was so heavy and survival mode, and like even if you're not in that frequency, you're still around it. So there's always that element of stress in the air. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even I think in the UK in general, there's quite a like you have to be hustling all the time and making money and be
Mm-hmm.
moving all the time. Whereas here, it's such a slower pace of life, and
Mm-hmm.
there's in a way like sometimes I miss that kind of energy because sometimes it can be quite good. But I feel like for this stage of my life, it's been very healing just to let go of like everything I thought I was, everything that society is. Like for example, we don't have hardly any shops here. There's no high street shops or anything like that, which is weird because, in the UK, we're just surrounded by that all the time, aren't we? Like everything is
Yeah.
accessible. Whereas here, it's like I had to strip everything back and it's just so much more in nature. It's just simpler. And I think people are just more present because everybody's kind of like a lot of people, not everyone, because there are obviously people from abroad and stuff, and there is that tourism element of it. So there are a lot of people like with money and on a different vibe. But the locals, because we live in the jungle, but it's like just mainly Mexicans around, and it's very much like it's just very humble. Everyone's just getting on their day-to-day life. It's a really strong sense of community. So it's like, yeah, it just feels connected and
Yeah.
simple and oh, yeah, I love it. It kind of made me really just think about what is life. Like, how can I have gone from one reality to like an actual different world
Right.
and reality just like that? It's crazy.
It's like totally two different ends of the spectrum because like even living between Glasgow and Edinburgh, like London in comparison, like even here, like there is still that pace of life where like you're chasing, like everything's going high street, all of that busy energy. But London is like that times 10. Like London is intense, and so many people are just like in their own like zone, like more than anywhere I've ever experienced. Just very like I'm going to this place and I'm going and like not really taking in what's around them, not really considering other people, like just very, I don't even know how to describe it. Just like, yeah, just not present, just very go, 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 go. And I think as human beings, like it's not healthy for us to live that way. Like, obviously the city is exciting and I love living in London. There's so many opportunities, you know, we got to meet, you know, like it's great for our art. Like at the time you were doing painted clothes as well, which was like a synchronicity with both of us. I'm like, oh my God, she does painted clothes too. And yeah, like it is really good for opportunities and stuff, but at the same time there isn't a lot of space for that time to just come back to yourself, to look at the simple things in life, because everything is just going, and you can't help but feel like you need to keep up and feel pressured and feel like you need to achieve and chase success. And I think like that's like part of what drew me to London, is like that chasing of success of music and fashion and that sort of thing. And it obviously is a great place for it, but it was also the place where I realized that I had to let go of all that, because it was like 2020 is when I really lived there, and when everything started and lockdown started and we were in our houses, and I just got back from New York and I realized like my dreams may never happen and I have to be okay with it, and I have to surrender it to the universe, and I have to just be grateful for what I have experienced and be open to what's to come in whatever form that is. Like as long as I'm singing for the pure love of it, I'm making music for the love of it, I'm creating for the love of it, rather than what I can achieve, where I can go, all of the stuff that I like that drove me. And I'm so glad that it was a driving force, because it took me to so many different places and gave me so many experiences that I wouldn't have had if I didn't have those dreams from when I was young. But then also the blessing of letting all of that go was like probably even more powerful than having the dream, because it was just like realizing like, well, I don't need to be a superstar performing in arenas to be happy. Like I'm so happy and grateful for so many simple things in life. And I feel like that's like what the move to Mexico, like a lot of that was for you, because you were doing so well with your fashion and everything like that as well. And you're still such a creative person. Like we see your art behind you on the wall. It's so good. And you're just doing it like in a different way now, because like that like served you for that time in your life and you're so grateful for it. But you were like, well, I don't really want to chase this anymore. Like I want to create in a different way.
Definitely. I think we have such, which I guess maybe a lot of creative people went through that as well around lockdown. And maybe it's also partly with age as well. I don't know. But
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, I feel like when I was younger, I was so hungry for that kind of success, and I thought it all had to look a certain way. And I look
Yeah.
back and it's like with my brand, I really loved what I did, obviously, and I put everything into it. But it was like I was so desperate to like get celebrities wearing my stuff and things like that. And now I look at it and I'm like, what did I kind of feel like I was doing it more, which is nothing wrong with it because it was part of my journey. But I feel like maybe I was doing it to kind of feel better about myself. Whereas I guess
Right.
I think since I've come here and kind of let go of everything, I'm like, it's okay. I'm worthy as I am. And even though I don't have regrets, but I'm like, oh, like, you do think if I'd done it this way, if I'd done it that way, or if I hadn't let this person get involved, maybe I'd have had more
Yeah.
success with it. But then it's also part of life. I feel like it's like part of the journey that I'm here now, and it's helped me to let go of things and then come, like you said, come to it from a place of doing things because you love them for the joy of it.
Right.
And I think nowadays it's so difficult because of social media and everything that it feels like there's this constant pressure to keep up, doesn't it? And that you have to monetize your creativity and the things that you love, and then it can kind of get a bit heavy. I think that's
Yeah.
what I got to that place eventually, and I was like, not sure if I can keep going with this.
Yeah. I think like
Yeah.
it's such a blessing to just it's like a relief. It's a weight off your shoulders in a way to just come back to the essence of what you love rather than what can be achieved through what you love. I mean, like we've always been creative people and loved what we do regardless, but like taking away all those things, like you get the purest form of creativity because it's just you and God, the universe, source, your soul, whatever you want to refer to it as, rather than, like you say, other people's approval, celebrities' approval, going viral, whatever it is, like that's at the end of the day, it's temporary. It's gonna go away. Whereas like the soul is forever, like our creative force is forever, like it's our purest energy. So to come back to that, like, is just such a blessing. And then it's ironic because I feel like when that happens, when you let these things go, that's when opportunities come, and that's when success comes, because you're allowing it to. There's no blockages, there's no fear, like you've let go of being disappointed if things don't work out, because you're just open. And yeah, that's when things actually happen, which is the irony of
Yeah.
it.
It's funny, isn't it? Because I think in society as a whole, it's like you need to hustle and you need to make things happen. And I think we've had quite a similar journey, haven't we? Where it's like, actually, that doesn't work. Like to a level it does, but then at some point, if it's just coming from that place of, I've got to get famous or I've got to do well, like there's something shit like blocking it, isn't it? Whereas when you can just
Yes.
be like, let go of all that pressure, and then you just, everything you do, you know that it is divine, you know that you're being guided to do what you're meant to do, and then you get led to where you're meant to get led to, aren't you? It's a weird one though, isn't it? Sometimes you can beat yourself up. I know we've had this conversation so many times, haven't we? Of like,
Yes.
is this divine timing? Am I being guided to this, or am I being a bit like? Am I like question? It's so easy to question ourselves and doubt ourselves, isn't it? But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, our paths do end up where we're meant to go, and I think even when it doesn't look like it, it's just trusting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like coming to Mexico, I've had to really surrender so much because, for example, with my art, it's really hard to like make a living here because people
Yeah.
get paid a lot less, and there's just not all the opportunities there was back home. So it's kind of made me think, what is important to me right now? What do I want? And then now I'm going on a new path. But it also, I feel like it's the same purpose. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Right. Is that the bird?
yeah,
Oh my
I've got
god.
one of them's outside, and then one of them's up here. He keeps being quiet, but now he's piped up. He
Oh
just
my
wants to
god,
be in the
he's so
poddy.
loud.
So, Roddy, please be quiet.
He's like, I want to be on the podcast.
He's like, let me talk about my creativity, my journey to get here.
Oh, he's so beautiful with his green feathers. He gives me
Oh,
Versace vibes. It sounds so ridiculous
yeah.
that that bird reminds me of Versace, but he's got that Versace green color, like the JLo dress.
True. I hadn't thought about that. I love that you said that.
I'm
Oh,
I
Roddy.
would love for you to like talk about like, so what if someone wants to shift their creative energy, if they've been pouring their creativity into like one form for so long but are no like they're no longer feeling like that's true to them, how would you recommend someone like find like a new way of expressing themselves?
That's a good one. I think for me, it's what I've done since I've came to Mexico. I just stopped everything, and it felt so weird, honestly. Like I would just lie on the beach, for example, or whatever, or wherever I was, and just feel all of that kind of. I'm not saying everyone else's will be so dramatic. This sounds very dramatic, but I was like feeling guilty that I wasn't doing what I was doing before, and I wasn't painting all the time, and I was
Yeah.
like, what am I doing? And that was just by being with myself and allowing myself to feel those conflicting feelings, let it all come up. I think I helped to release it because when we just make ourselves wrong and kind of push it down, then I think it gets stuck, and then we're like. Whereas I think when we feel that and then like just keep listening for like what's the answers, like I just kept like meditating, journaling, kind of like going, right, so what is my why? What's most important to me? What do I actually want to achieve in this life? That's
Hmm.
not about me, but how I can serve others and stuff. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Which you can do in so many ways, can't you? And I know that through art and things like this, and there's so many ways, isn't there, that we can put energy out in the world that will help others in different ways. So that is what led me there. And I think also coming to the realization that it doesn't all have to look a certain way. Like it doesn't have to be to have thousands of followers or like I feel
Yeah.
like it's so easy in today's generation to think I've got to go viral, I've got to do this, got to do that. But actually you can have an impact on people by, somebody in the supermarket that you have a little chat with, or somebody. There's so many
Literally
ways
you
that,
and your
yeah,
husband met in a supermarket.
literally, you just never know, do you? And these little everyday interactions you can have, you don't know as well how you can change somebody's life in
Yeah.
little ways. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know if
I
that really
think
answers the question.
no, I feel like what I got from that is like you have to be silent. You have to like strip everything away to find the answers. Like instead of chasing for the answers and creating for the answers, you actually just have to pause. I feel like
That's
that's like
it.
what winter represents as well. Like I feel like I was saying at the start, like I haven't done a podcast yet this month. Like we're just in the last days of January. Because I just feel like winter is so intense and there's this pressure of like new year, new me, resolutions. I need to do this. I need to like lose weight. I need to whatever achieve things. When really right now we need to pause. Like we need to reflect, we need to pause, we need to rest, we need to shed. Like regardless of like, even though it's like year of the snake and it's shedding time right now, like just winter in general is that energy. Like we have to honor each season of our lives. We're not always going to be feeling like, yeah, I'm doing it and I'm creating. Like we know this ourselves. Like you get in a funk and you just have to embrace it and accept it, surrender to it. Because there's so much magic there. Like the magic isn't just in the when things are happening and things are good and successful and going. It's also in when you're struggling and things are feeling hard and you're tired, and it's just not beating yourself up and knowing that this is just a season of your life. Like it's not permanent, it's temporary, and like you will grow through it by accepting it and allowing it. That's how the energy transforms. And yeah, like I feel like that's what you said, like how you found your new expression is just like having that time. And like Mexico's really gave you that time because like you say, there's not all this London energy of go, everyone's doing, and everyone's chill there and they're doing really simple things. Like
Yeah,
it's such a more
exactly.
simpler way of life. Like you tell me even how you do your washing and everything, like you just don't realize how easy we have it here in the UK.
Oh my God, sis. Yeah, so many things like that. I was thinking about that. Like washing is something else. Like the washing machines are so different. They're really hard work. Ours is broken at the minute, so it's like hand washing in buckets. Everything's so
Yeah,
manual.
which is like
It's
must
just
be so like meditational. Is it meditational, meditative, whatever the word is?
meditative. That'll do. We're just making
That's
up
it.
words
We'll
today.
just make up. Yeah, it's fine. The band's an LB dictionary.
Meditational. Yeah, I like it. It just feels I feel like very humbled by Mexico because there's been so many things I'm like, okay, it's like that here. And everything's harder work, things are less convenient. But
Yeah,
everyone's happy and everyone's just doing it, and like people are happier with so much less. Whereas I feel like back there it's like constantly, and I think that's part of the pressure of being being in the Western world and modern society with all of the it's like constantly like you should be doing this, you should be doing that. It's so hard to actually hear your own voice and your divine input, isn't it? Like how can you
yeah,
really hear what your intuition, what you're being guided to when there's just so much chaos externally?
yeah.
I really feel for young people now, like trying to find their way when there is just so much distraction, especially with bloody phones in everybody's pockets and all of the dopamine constantly
Yeah.
being flooded, like their poor little brains.
And like you say, everything being so easy and accessible here, like I feel like it's so easy to take things for granted. Um, just everything we have is on our doorstep. Like obviously not everyone has the resources and money and everything like that, but just, general middle class people, whatever you want to call it, like everything is so easy. Like, and I think it makes people ungrateful, it makes people lazy, it makes people
Mm,
expectant. You see that a lot in kids as well. Like kids can be so bratty in this country because everything's handed to them and they're spoiled and they don't know what it's like to have to do your washing in a bucket or to walk for a water source or do anything that requires a bit of effort to have it. It's just there. So I think like that's like it's such a big difference with like countries like Mexico, like how kids must live there. And like you say, like you've visited parts of Mexico that are so poor, but you know, like people are happy and grateful for like the smallest things.
100%. It's so refreshing and so different to what we're used to. Where, yeah, like you said, I just think like I didn't realize how blessed I was, honestly, because it was all I ever knew. You know, I just lived in
Yeah,
Kent and then Brighton and London. I just lived in England. Do you know what I mean? It was the way that
I
things
just
were for
lived in
me.
England. I
Just
can't do
lived
it.
in England. Do you know what
See,
I mean?
here's me trying again. Just lived in England. You know what I mean?
So I knew. Do you know what I mean? And
Says,
then,
why am I so bad? I need English accent lessons. I'll get
well,
some
don't worry,
lessons
sis.
for you for your accent. I'll get some lessons from my mum and my man for their accents for the northern one.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, I love the Northern accent. It's
I
so
know it's
good.
so good.
But yeah, sis, I just want to say that you wrapped that up so amazingly when you explained what I just said about the creativity and like becoming silent. Thank you for just that landed with you so well because I
I feel like that's
probably
something
went
we
on a
talk
tangent.
about a lot too, because like we often come to each other with like, oh, I just want to be making stuff and feeling creative and doing that. Like I often come to you about, I wish I was making music or, you know, those sorts of things. And you always remind me like divine time is everything and every chapter plays its part. You know, if you don't have the rest times in between, then you're not going to make the thing that you're destined to make. Like, I feel like we
Exactly. It's
always remind each
perfect.
other of that.
We do. And like when you think about it, like even in a woman's cycle in the month,
Mm.
that like your luteal phase before you have your period. Sorry to talk about this, but you know, it's part of life.
We're women. There'll be women watching.
We're women.
Yes, you know.
Exactly. It's important. But like we go through that, don't we? Like you go through your inner death every month. You feel lower energy, your hormones
Yeah.
drop. It's like your inner winter. And then after you're like, whoa, energy. And it's like that with, you know, the I was going to say the world, the years and just
The
life in general. Everything
seasons.
has its cycles, the seasons,
Yeah.
and even relationships and everything has got its seasons, isn't it? And we need it. Like I always look at it like I don't think if I'd been through so much heartbreak and pain and you know all of that, I don't think I'd have met Will and been so grateful for him because
Right.
you know you need that. You need it all, don't you?
Yes. Yeah,
The
like you
sun,
needed to
the dark.
experience the assholes to appreciate the amazing guy that you have now. Like contrast is everything. Like
Contrast is everything. That's it.
without the bad, you don't know the good, really. You don't know that it feels
Exactly.
so good because, like, it's just, yeah, you can't have one without the other.
You can't, like, you wouldn't appreciate the sun if it was always sunny. If it gets a bit cold, then you get a bit of sun, you're happy.
You're
It's
happy.
crazy, is it? You're happy. It's crazy. Well, but we need it. We need the contrast, you know?
We totally do. Like, if we didn't have contrast, we wouldn't grow. Like, if everything was good
That's
and
it.
positive and working out for us all the time, like, how would we ever learn any lessons? How would we have any experiences? How would we gain any wisdom?
That's
Like,
it.
wisdom
That is
comes
it.
from that.
Exactly. Literally, when you look at some of our biggest, I think just us as we are, everybody on their journeys, the times in your life when you really, really grow and become, like you said, like embodied with wisdom and grounded and solid in your truth, that comes from going through hardship, from going through pain, from being alone, like holding your own hand through some of the darkest times of your life. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. We couldn't, like, we wouldn't be who we are today if we hadn't been through some struggles.
Definitely not. Like I wouldn't love myself and feel like I know myself without it. Like I only started my spiritual journey because of darkness, because of feeling like really rejected. Like rejection was a big thing that I had to heal. Because from so young, like no one really wanted to be my friend. Boys didn't ever like me. And it made me feel insecure. It made me like chase validation from boys that I perceived as hot for like my teenage years and my early 20s. And because of rejection from a guy that I seen value in 2015, like, who really was a narcissist and an absolute red flag, you know, with a lovely outer coating. But without him and the rejection, I wouldn't have been able to start healing and seeing that I had a wound that needed to heal, and going through everything that I needed to go through, and being alone and being single for many years, to then finding the absolute love of my life, who's even hotter than the guy who rejected me. So it's just like, thank you, universe. That's why it didn't work out, because like I couldn't imagine being with someone that I fancy more and like more. And it's because I actually like myself and love myself, and I'm complete within myself. Like, I don't need someone's validation. Like, I can enjoy my partner without needing it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, of course you know what I mean, but like, it's like we're not here to complete each other. Like, we are to be complete within ourselves and complement each other, be two wholes together.
That's it. Two circles. Like, because they always say, don't they,
Like
before
a pair
I
of
heard the phrase,
boobies.
yes.
Like an infinity symbol.
Exactly.
Some eyeballs.
Binoculars. Because people used to say, didn't they, like, if you have two halves, you want your other half of the circle, your other half. But no, it's like you need to be two whole complete circles that are coming to just complement
Yes.
each other's lives, not coming from a place of emptiness. And we have both been through that journey where we attracted narcissistic, crazy, you know, we've had some difficult experiences, but that's because it just brought us back to loving ourselves.
Yeah.
Because I was very similar to you, as we were like those little kids that, like, looking back, I just think we're the cutest kids, but we didn't know that we were. Like, we were like, I literally look like Harry Potter, as you know, and I just thought I was just so, like, I used to just think I was so ugly and nobody liked me, and I was just a little geek. And then as I got older, I was, then I searched for that validation, and then it was a bit of a shitstorm. But, you know, the learning, the growth, and then eventually coming back to loving myself, and then you attract that partner that loves you right back and adores you, and then it's just like, oh, we got there in the end.
And also attracted our dream bestie through that journey. Like, because we both can relate to each other so much. Like, we both felt uncool, we both felt ugly. We both, like, I just feel like we have always been so sparkly and so full of love and such givers, and didn't really get the same in return. Like, I always wanted a friend like you, and like, you're just so healing for my inner child. Like, the way you send me postcards, like, Ban sent me a postcard with like Britney Spears on it, and I think it was like an old picture of her, like, that you've had as a kid, and you wrote me messages on the back. I've got wee letters, I've got invite to the party of life, like, with wee hamsters with workmen suits on, like, we like, you just are my inner child bestie, my Jacqueline Wilson bestie. And we just deserve each other, because we both, like, just know what it feels like. But like we're saying, like, if we'd have been cool when we were in high school and whatever, and we'd have got the boys and we'd have got the bestie, like, we wouldn't have this appreciation that we have now, like, that we have for each other, because we didn't have each other growing up. We appreciate each other's friendship so much because we didn't have like a guy that, like, gave us what we wanted growing up. Like, we appreciate the relationships we're in now. Like, it is the contrast that's brought us to this place, but it's also the self-love journey that we consciously took to feel complete within ourselves, to then be able to, like, I wouldn't be able to be a good best friend to you if I hadn't have done my healing work. I wouldn't have anything to contribute, and vice versa. Like, the fact that we can be such good reflections for each other and hold space for each other is, like, we get it, we know, we understand, like, each other's journey in every way, like the childhood, the healing, the spiritual awakening, like, all of it. Like, we've got such parallel paths. It's so funny.
100% parallel. Every time I remember, like, the more we got to know each other, the more conversations we had. Yeah, we were like, what?
My hands are pink.
I know. Yes, it is incredible. And then, like, this is going slightly off topic, but
Do it.
when you say about that, it kind of is the same, but it's like, every single day, everything that happens. Isn't it mind blowing to think everything is for a reason? I really think that.
Yeah.
This is sounding really random, but when you just think the way that you go down a road, for example,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. I don't even know if I'm saying what I'm trying to say, but like, for example, today I told you about this. This is ridiculous, okay? But I'm going to just share this. But this morning I was meant to have a Zoom call with a pickup. I overslept, and I hate stuff like that. When you let people down, and I was like, this lady, I was like, I didn't want to disappoint her. I was like, I need to show up to this meeting because it was about our blessing in England. And then I slept through and it's not like me. I don't normally sleep through things. Like, I'm
Mm.
normally like, I've got an appointment, I will be there. Like, that's something really important to me that I don't. But I was like, this is weird. I swear I put my alarm on last night. I slept through the alarm. And I was just thinking, there's got to be a reason why that happened.
Yeah,
Do you think like that? I really feel that
definitely.
if I was meant to be on that call, I would have been on that call. And
Yeah.
maybe it was maybe she got triggered that I didn't show up, which I understand because it's annoying because, giving your time to someone.
Yeah.
But maybe that was meant to be like we're meant to be triggered sometimes, isn't it? Things are meant to happen. Sometimes you're like, why has this happened? This isn't right. But it's like radical acceptance of what is. I know that is a stupid example, but it's the only thing relevant in my brain that I can think of. But
Yeah.
something can happen, like someone could be in an accident or something awful that seems awful can happen, but then later on it's like, oh, but that did have its purposes for some reason. Like, it's so divine, isn't it? Like, we can't always see it, but I feel like there's always a mysterious reason why things happen when they do, in the way they do. Yeah.
100%. And it's like, it's such a blessing to be able to see that and know that, because when things are like going wrong or you miss a train or whatever it is that happens, like, just knowing, well, that happened for a reason. I don't know the reason, but I'm going to trust in the higher power, and that I'm being protected, or that I am being triggered. Like, this has happened and I'm disappointed for this feeling to come up that I need to heal, because healing's like such a spiral. Like, you're never fully healed. Like, it's not linear. So something can happen in your day that triggers something that you're like, oh, why am I feeling this way? And that's something that we often do with each other, like reflect that to each other, like, why is this coming up? Like, I thought like I dealt with this. And, even
Mm,
just being able to like say it to each other, but like have that understanding, like, this is coming up for a reason, and being grateful that something's not worked out the way that we wanted it to. Because, like, even though we're co-creators of our reality, like, we're not fully in control, and knowing that is a power in itself, to be able to give the power to something higher to go, well,
mm.
I trust you, guide me, like, what, like, just knowing that there's a deeper reason for everything.
100%. Imagine if we were in control and that, imagine like the things we wanted when we were younger and they actually happened. And then the reality of that. I think that's part of growing up, isn't it? When you realize, like, oh, I want to be with this partner, or I
Yeah.
want to do this job. And then you get all these humbling, like, realities hit you, like,
Yeah.
actually, this isn't healthy. Or, you learn so much about life by realizing that we're not in control, we're not in the driver's seat. And I think that's the beauty of starting to actually enjoy life and feel empowered in your existence, isn't it? When you can just let go and surrender and go, like, obviously we do what we can and we have our goals and we work towards something, but to also trust that there's so much out of our control, isn't there? So much.
Yeah.
And to be okay with that and embrace it and just go, okay, I trust.
Yeah,
Oh, Jesus.
genuinely, like, it's going with the flow. Like, even
Oh,
yesterday, like, again, small, like, silly example, but I said it on my Instagram story. Like, a woman came up to me yesterday at the end of my train journey. So it was like an hour long train journey. And this guy sat next to me at the very start of the journey. And there's plenty of other seats on the train. I took up one of those full tables where there's two seats in front of me. And I've got two seats, but I had so many bags. And I like having a table so I can set up my podcast and, just sit and vibe. But also I had so many bags, but I would move them if someone needed to sit. But the train wasn't that busy. There was loads of other seats. Even like this table across from me had a seat across from her that was like a solo seat. It was like 2 seats, a table, and then a solo seat. So this guy could have sat in that seat, but he chose out of the whole train to make me move my bags and sit right next to me. For whatever reason, I have to accept it. Like, do you know, I'm not in control. I can't tell you where to sit on the train. You've chosen to sit next to me, which is annoying, but I'm going to deal with it because I'm not letting you ruin my whole hour's train journey. So he's next to me and I'm just like basically ignoring that he's there. I'm being in my own presence, watching my podcast, and people like often like stare at what I'm doing and I just don't give them my energy. And like, I just like, do you know what I mean? Like, unless they're like really staring, then I'll be like, you all right? Do you know what I mean? Like, but like he kind of kept looking at things that I was doing or whatever, not too much, but I was just not giving him my energy because I'm like, I'm going to enjoy my train journey. I like it. It's time for myself. I can catch up on my poddies from you, can watch my Sorry We're Cyrus podcast. I had to do my makeup yesterday. So I'm just sat there doing my makeup, doing everything I need to do, watching my poddy. And at the end of the journey, when he was getting off and the woman across was getting off, she came up to me and was like, just want to say, like, you dealt with that so well. Like, that guy could have sat anywhere. And I was like watching how you dealt with them and like stayed in your own zone. And I just want to like compliment you on it. And I just thought that was like really cool to hear. Like, because like I said, especially with public transport, like, it's the most testing place in the world. Like, and like knowing that I have to go to the airport on Monday, I'm obviously buzzing to go on holiday, but like the airport tests my spirituality so much because the way humans act in airports, I'm just like, why? Like public transport just like is really testing, and it's really like, it is a skill to just be in your own energy. Like, well, thank goodness for earphones because they very much help. But even if I forgot them, like I have to try and not let people affect me. Because we're not in control. Like, there are other people living their lives and being annoying and like causing disturbances or whatever, but it's up to you whether you let them into your experience and let them affect you.
Exactly.
Like, I always just want to be like present within myself, be respectful of other people. If I feel like someone's crossing my boundaries, I'll be very minimal, but I would never be rude to someone unless called for, you know, unless they were being disrespectful for me or they need called out. And then if they did need called out, well, like we said, sometimes people need to be triggered. Like, I've needed to trigger you for a reason. You've needed to trigger me for a reason. But yeah, I just thought that was an example of like how not to let things that are out of your control affect you or stress you or, you know, ruin the rest of your day. Like, some people, like there's however many minutes in a day, and they'll let like 5 minutes of something that happened at the beginning of their day just ruin their whole day, week, month, sometimes year. You know what I mean? And then
That's it. Imagine somebody else that had your experience on the train with that guy. They might have gone home and been like, this guy did this to me, he didn't give me space. And it could have literally ruined their whole bloody week. Do you know what I mean? And imagine by you staying in your own centre and not letting him infiltrate. Imagine what, you don't know the impact that that's had. Like, obviously it had an impact on that lady. True. And, you know, other people learn from that. Like, you don't know what a ripple effect has happened. And, you know, these things always happen for a reason, don't they? But I think it's so humbling to think that we have no idea the things that we do and the things that we're faced with. Like, sometimes people are watching us and being inspired and going, oh, if they stayed calm, like she was very calm on the train and she didn't let him get to her, you know, some other people might have gone, oh, maybe I need to be more patient and calm. I think that's what we need a lot of, isn't it? In life, I think, like, that's something that I find it's going to be interesting when I come back to the UK soon to see how I feel, because I've been gone for like so long now. Yeah, it's going to be like spiritual testing ground. Like,
literally,
just not. Oh my God, I'm going to be like trigger. Because it's so like, but quite honestly, quite rare here that I do get triggered by people because everyone's just so chill. So it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
But that's amazing, sis. That's
I
amazing.
just feel like it's another example of like how important self-love is, and like you say, being in your own essence, being in your own center. You never know how it inspires people or triggers people, like, because I know if people are like bothered by me, like even in, like walking down the street like this, like I look crazy to some people, but some people will be inspired, some people will be triggered. You know, like the other day in dance class, like a girl who's new to dance class came up to me at the end. Well, I was talking to her at the end, and then she said to me, like, what is your style called? Like, I just love what you wear every week, like everything you wear, like where do you shop? Like what is the name of your style? And I'm like, just my personal style. Like my
So
style is just
cute.
my style. Like, where do you buy your clothes? I'm like, well, all sorts of places, like, but it's just like me being me and being in my essence and dressing the way I want to dress, and um how it inspires others. Like I love that. Like that's what I want. I feel like that's the power we have is within ourselves. Like the only way we can inspire other people is by being ourselves, by loving ourselves, by expressing ourselves. You know, like that's what creates the ripple effect and the aura.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
It's
that
all
requires the
perfect, isn't it?
work and the
Yeah,
darkness
totally. The
and the
darkness,
rest.
that's it. Yeah, that's what makes you so strong in yourself, isn't it? And grounded in yourself is going through that darkness. And then you can just be like, yeah, this is me. Come at me. And then how you know that how if people are triggered by you, it's about them, not about you. Yeah.
Amen,
And just
sis.
not being scared to walk your own path and do your own thing, which you do absolutely in the most juicy way possible. And I love it.
And likewise, like
Oh, thanks, like this.
it's such a big thing that you did. Like you literally, like not gave up your life, but like you know, sold your car, gave up your flat, your belongings to go to like the other side of the world. Like sometimes I can't believe how far away from me you are. Like you're not
I
in
know.
Europe. You're like you're closer to Los Angeles than you are to me. That's crazy.
It is crazy. And honestly, we were saying this the other day, but when you see the flight prices, then you're like, oh, okay, I'm far away.
You are far,
Oh,
and I want
but
to be
never mind.
rich.
Yeah, I know, me too. It's all
But
here. It's all here.
it's such a big step, and people can be scared to take those jumps, and you taking that jump is very inspiring to people.
Thank you, sis. And do you know what? It was so not something premeditated or that I thought about really. It's just, it happened. And it was like I just knew on that trip that it had to happen. So I went home and just did what I needed to do. And then I came back. So it was really weird. It wasn't, yeah, it wasn't something I was like, okay, it just happened. It was like a divine intervention. Like, you are going to Mexico. This is what you'll do. I just knew it. But obviously, talking about the triggers, like, and bless her heart, I totally understand why. But my mum was not happy that I was going, which I totally understand. But
Yes.
it's interesting, like when those things come up, to for me to stay centered and go, I get you, mum, and like I know it's difficult, but this is what I've got to do for myself. And I think that's what it's about, isn't it, in life? Like you're never going to be able to please everybody. You're never going to be able to do what other people want you to do. And at the end of the day, I think she's grown a lot from it and she's been out here 6 times. She bloody loves it. So
It's so
it's
cute
like,
seeing your parents out there because, like, I know obviously, like, when you first moved, like, how resistant they are, and it's like, you know, up in arms, like, I can't believe you're doing this. Like, you're not living the life that I have planned for you, basically. This is reminding me of Gilmore Girls. Have you ever seen Gilmore Girls?
oh my God, I love Gilmore Girls.
I don't
Yeah,
know if I've told you, but this is what
absolutely
I'm
love it.
watching right now. Like, I'm new to it. I'm on season
Oh,
5.
sis.
I am freaking loving it, but it's giving me like Emily Gilmore and Lorelai vibes. Like you're Lorelai, and you're
Ah,
like, I'm just living my life how I want to, and your mum's being all Emily, and I love Emily. She's iconic. How do
yeah,
you
I
deal with
love
that,
that.
and how would you recommend people dealing with that? Because obviously there's so many people out there that want to follow their dreams, want to live their life true to them, but they have someone so close to them like their parents who are telling them no and being judgmental and making it difficult. Like how do you and how did you deal with that?
It's a tough one, isn't it? Because you love, generally, people love their parents, and whoever it is, obviously, there's a reason you care about them. Otherwise, you wouldn't be, yeah, like uncomfortable about it. But I think at the end of the day, it's easy to say, but the process is quite triggering to go through. But you have to live your life. You have to follow what's true for you. And at the end of the day, I think the longer time's gone on, the more I can see, like with my mum, she does. It's not like she wanted to hold me back. It's just that she was scared, I think, and
Mm-hmm.
sad. She's like, I miss you, and I'm gonna miss you. And also, like, it seemed a bit crazy and a bit extreme, like as a lone woman, single
Yeah.
woman,
It's not the
moving to the other side of
norm.
the world. It's not the norm. That's it. And Mexico has a reputation for, drugs and cartel and all that. I think in her head she was like, "Is this
True.
safe?"
It is the
But as
unknown
soon as
because
she
it's so
came,
far away as well. Like we're not familiar with like how it is out there. And if you're like just seeing movies, like you're saying, like thinking about the cartel and stuff, you're like, oh no,
yeah,
don't go to Mexico.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And that, I mean, that stuff does exist, but I mean,
Yes, I've heard.
it's fine. I won't go into it. Will said to me, "Don't talk about these things," because I'm like, okay.
We're protected. It's
No, but yeah, I'd just say, as difficult as it is, I think it's part of the process of growing, isn't it? And growing into our truth
okay.
is that we have to go through those uncomfortable feelings of disappointing the people that we love and that love us sometimes, and not doing what they think is best for us.
Yeah.
Because yeah, otherwise and otherwise you end up, your soul suffers. Like if I'd gone, okay, mum, I'm not going to go to Mexico then, like
Mm-hmm.
I'd be, my soul would be in turmoil now. I'd be like,
Right.
why didn't I go?
Yeah.
You gotta live for ourselves, haven't we? Because at the end of the day, I think it benefits everyone around us, because people get inspired. People are like, oh, if she can do that, I could do that. And
Yes.
exactly. And when people are triggered as well, like it ends up helping them in some way. I think
Yeah.
for my mum, it's probably helped her to let go of a lot and to trust, and to see that although things aren't the way that she would maybe have hoped, that actually it's beautiful. And like now she's got a lovely son-in-law, and she gets
Yeah.
to come out here and have lovely holidays, and she sees I'm
That's what I was
happy.
gonna say.
So
Like your parents wouldn't have went to Mexico if you hadn't have lived there, and like seeing how they are there, like you tell me, like they do things that they don't do at home, like dancing and holding each other's hand and
my
just like
God.
we cute, simple, like
Oh my
romantic things,
God.
like the fast pace of life here, like we said in the beginning, like you don't always recognize or tap into those things, and it's gave them the opportunity to find that within themselves, and they wouldn't have known that if you hadn't done that. So sometimes, like you say, it is knowing that you kind of have to deal with the judgment for a little bit and however they feel, and know like, well, I respect how you feel, but this is my life and this is what I'm choosing for me, and I know you love me, but you just have to trust that I'm doing the right thing for me. Because even sometimes, like if you are doing the right thing for you, like it might be a lesson, but we need those lessons. You need to let your children experience what they need to experience to grow. And it must be hard for a parent. Like I don't think I'm ever going to be a parent, so I wouldn't know. Um
It
but
must be so intense, but
of
that's
course, and
it,
especially
really.
moving to the other side of the world where they can't protect you, they can't like see you. um that must have been so difficult, but like you just knowing like I'm doing what's best for me, and what's best for me is always going to be best for the people around me too, because being true to you, like that's the only way that you can help anybody else.
100%. And I think it can be hard because you care, and because, like with parents and people that are close to you, when they've poured a lot into you and helped you a lot, and obviously you don't want to go against them or do something that really makes them stress. But at the end of the day, yeah, you have to follow. If you've got a calling in your heart or something that you're like, I need to do this, you have to, because like you said, you just don't know the knock-on effect, do you? And like if it hadn't worked out, if I'd come here and been like, no, it's not for me, then fine, then I would have come back. But
Yeah.
everything happens for a reason, doesn't it? For the lessons, for the learning, for the growth. for the growth of everybody.
Exactly.
Incredible.
I want to
Life.
touch on, before we wrap up, I want to touch on, you are now doing life coaching. Is that how you would like call it, life coaching? Like you're being a guide.
Yes, exactly. Life coaching, I'm still kind of, what's the word, formulating my terms, my terminology. But
Yeah.
because life coaching kind of sounds, I don't know if it quite
Intense.
resonates. Yeah,
And like,
yeah, it
I know
sounds
better for
intense.
your life. But
Yeah,
I
but it's
know you're being like a reflection, a guide, a help. Um, what led you to that, and can you tell us a bit more about that? And if someone's watched this podcast and they feel called to work with you, what what does it involve?
yeah. So the reason, I think for quite a long time I've really wanted to do something like that, and because I love, you know, we talk all the time, and I love like just sharing and reflecting. I think as human
Yeah.
beings, we all need a safe space to be heard, to talk about what's on our heart, deal with things that are coming up. Like we need that. Like we need to have connections in our lives and to process things. I think, you know, in everyday life, even little things that come up, it's good to have someone to mirror back and talk to and reflect, isn't it? And I think not everybody has that.
Yeah.
And yeah, as time's gone on, I just thought that's really what I want to do. And because of the whole art thing here not being so accessible and easy to do, I was like, what can I do here with my computer and an internet connection? And I was like, yes, I'm going to do that. So yeah, I've been doing a course, but I've been coaching a couple of young ladies for a while, and I just love it so much, like just connecting with beautiful souls that are just open to change in their lives, and they want to change certain things, or they've got blocks or limiting beliefs, and they feel a bit maybe at the beginning of their awakening, or they're just struggling with certain things,
Yeah.
or even just sometimes maybe not loads on their plate, but they just want to help with their goals and be helped to held accountable, you know, like, right, what are you going to do this week? Like, let's look at what's going on. And oh yeah, I love it. And sometimes it depends. Every week is like every session is, what's the word? Like intuitively, like it just flows. Some weeks will be different, but sometimes if they've got a lot of stuff in their bodies, we'll do little somatic healing releases. You know, because so many of us hold so much in our bodies, don't we? And I think that's part of the deal. We need to like feel it out of our bodies. And sometimes I
Yeah.
think people just need someone to, you know, be with
Help.
them and hold that space. Help. That's it.
Sometimes people
Yeah.
don't know where to start or what to do, and it's really helpful to have someone, like, we've both had that in our lives. Like we've needed, like we've done obviously our own work within ourselves, but we can't do it alone. We need help, we need advice, we need guidance, always.
Definitely. And I just think it's so magical to be able to reflect back to these young people, like,
Yeah.
you've got the answers within you, like, you're so powerful, you've got this, and to
Yes.
guide them back to themselves, you know, just be that reflection for them. So, yeah, sis, thank you for your
Like
support.
you are for me.
And you, sis.
So if you want
Superstar.
to work with my bestie, she is available. I will
Yeah,
share.
just drop me an email. Yes, please do. Thanks, sis. Just give me an email or DM.
Yeah, if you feel called to work with Hannah, I would highly recommend, because I know her so well, and I feel like we're each other's like counselor, therapist sometimes. Like, I'm so grateful for that. Like, I
Me too, sis.
couldn't live without you, honestly. Like, I'm so grateful to have you in my life and to have you to turn to for advice and stuff, and vice versa. Like, I love being able to reflect back to you. We all need it. We definitely all need it. So to be offering your wisdom, I am so excited for you about it, and I know like the right people will be guided to you, because you're just so sparkly. We just want to bring out everyone's
Oh,
inner sparkle, and like that's like why I do my podcast and why I do my clothes and everything that I do, like, because I just want people to be their best selves. I want me being my true self to inspire other people, and I know you're the exact same. So I'm
yes,
so
sis.
buzzing to have
Oh,
finally had you on the podcast, and
oh,
we're
sis,
gonna
thank you.
regularly, like, you need to be a regular co-host.
Oh,
Um,
you're amazing.
I'm going to see you in Manchester.
Woo! So
Can't
soon.
freaking wait. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be overwhelmed. I think we might just be like,
I know it's been so long that we haven't seen each other in person. It's going to be
you're a
crazy.
person.
Yeah. You're a physical vessel.
Yes. I'm going to be cheering you on. Bands is doing the marathon at the Manchester. Is that Manchester Marathon?
It is the Manchester Marathon, yeah.
Crazy. So I'm going to make a sign and we'll be like, go Bands. Yeah.
You're the best. Oh my God, you're going to get me through.
Oh my God. Can't freaking wait. We maybe end up doing a wee video or two, but hopefully one day I get you in the actual studio in my fluffy chairs. But until then, we will be videoing. And yes, so you can go to, tell me your Instagrams, please. I already know, but you tell us.
RSpeed Coaching is my Insta, or you can email me rspeedcoaching@gmail.com. Thank you so much.
So thank you for coming on. I love you so much.
I love you so much. Thank you for having me. It's been a dream come true, honestly.
And I'll see you on WhatsApp in like 5 minutes or so.
Catch you in a bit, babes.
I love you so much. And I love you guys, lovers of life. Happy Year of the Horse, starting at February 17th. Let's go. Let's do this. Time to shine. Spring is a coming. The flowers will be blooming. The sun will be shining. Can't freaking wait. I don't have to wear hats every day in layers. Well, Bands doesn't have to anyway because she's in Mexico, but you know. And hopefully I'll be over there soon. We could even do a Mexican special of the Experience Show.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. Let's do it.
We're putting it into the universe. Love you so much, sis. I will
Love you.
speak to you
Thank
soon.
you so much.
Love you guys. See you next episode. Bye.